Welcome to Star Wars Collecting Cosmos, one of our mini episodes where we're discussing the 6-inch Black Series action figures that haven't been made but feel should be made. I'm your host, Ryan Bizey, and this week I am joined with Jason Luttrell from Galaxy of Toys. Hello, Jason.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Not bad. Not bad.
Good to have you here. Jason's probably the reason I got into podcasting. Well, he is the reason. He started Galaxy of Toys about 5 years ago, was it?
Yeah, well, it was January of 2013, so
almost 5 years.
Okay,
4.5.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And asked Chris, Tom, and myself to be on the show, and I kind of knew what podcasts were. I'd been listening to like Star Wars Action News for a while, but I was thrilled to be on it and see what it was like, and then you gave me the opportunity to do my own show. So I tried to spin it in a little something more for right now, but today we are going to talk about Revenge of the Sith figures. I wanted to apologize to viewers of the YouTube channel and listeners in that I didn't get it out very quickly last week. I had major technical issues. Every time I tried to do the video, it wouldn't work. Either the audio would stop or the pictures wouldn't work right, and it took me like 12 or 13 tries to get that right. I think I've heard that episode way too many times now. But it is out there, but unfortunately I only got that a couple days ago, so I haven't gotten any comments to go over figures from Attack of the Clones that anybody wanted that Matt and I may have missed. So if you have those, still send those in. That'd be fine. But today we're going to talk Revenge of the Sith, my favorite prequel movie, and just kind of run through this. I don't have a huge list. It's definitely shorter than the other prequel films we've done so far. But my first one was Padme, and I really felt Padme obviously deserves a figure. They haven't done any Padme figures at all, and I thought there should be at least one representative of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, for sure. I can't believe they haven't done a Padme yet.
I know, it's weird.
I mean, if you put this into Star Trek terms, she's one of the big three of the prequels.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
so yeah. I don't know.
And I tried to think of what would be a memorable outfit for her, and I had two that came to mind. One's obviously the Mustafar outfit. We got that made as a 3 3/4 inch action figure. It's not my favorite outfit, but I could maybe see that. The other one I thought would be from the toward the end of the film. This is how Liberty dies with thunderous applause. The outfit she's wearing in the Senate. I thought that was a neat outfit we could have as an action figure form. Hasn't been done as a 3 3/4 inch figure though, so I don't know. But I thought for a 6-inch that would work too.
Yeah. I kind of like her look from the beginning of the film when when she greets Anakin after he rescues the Chancellor. Yeah,
I like that one too. That would be another good one.
Yeah.
You don't see a whole lot of it because she's always in the shadow, but.
Mm-hmm. And I like she's, her hairstyle is even more of an homage to the Star Puffs.
Right.
So I think that would be cool to see that in action figure form.
Definitely, because they haven't even done a 3 3/4 of that one.
No, but I think when Hasbro, hopefully eventually they'll do a Padme, I think that would not be one of their first choices, or second, or third, or fourth. But
along with Klieg Large,
I'd like to see it.
My next one, it seems obvious. General Grievous. I'm surprised they haven't made him. Obviously, it would take a lot of tooling with the forearms and the cape and everything else, but it definitely deserves to be a figure. I know Japan, one of the Japanese companies, I want to say it's Bandai, has done or is doing a Grievous, and of course the Disney Elite has done a Grievous that does not stand very well at all on its own. But this Black Series deserves a Grievous. It might be a deluxe or something like that.
Yeah, I was considering getting the Disney Grievous just as a fill-in.
It's hard to find though.
Yeah, and if that is the case, I probably never will get it because I'm not going to hunt it down or pay much more than retail for it. So
yeah, I
just have to wait.
It takes a good price on the secondary market. I don't think it's worth it. It's a big figure. And it looks nice in the package. As soon as you take it out of the package, it does not want to stand up well. The legs are not built well on that.
It's too bad.
Next I have, to go along with Grievous, one of his bodyguards. I thought it was a very unique droid design that I'm surprised they haven't done. I'd like to probably see a cloth cape over a plastic cape on this.
Yes, I agree. Cloth cape's the way to go.
Maybe have a removable head on him too, so you could have like the one that fights Obi-Wan without his head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it'll be a little different. My next figure, we've talked about in the last 2 episodes. I'd put him in for Revenge of the Sith, and that's Mace Windu, because I felt he had the bigger role in Revenge of the Sith with going after Palpatine. He seems to do more in the movie. Maybe, I don't know if he has more swordplay in this or in Attack of the Clones. In both, he's much more action-oriented than he is in Phantom Menace, where he's just kind of negative sitting in his chair the whole time.
Do you think he should come with a removable arm?
That'd be cool. I like it when they do things like that.
Yeah, have they done that for any of the 6-inch figures where they're like,
yes,
where they lose a limb?
The Walgreens Vader, the electric Vader, his hand comes off with wires.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. Does the Wampa's arm come off from the 6-inch Wampa they did?
I never checked.
Yeah,
I don't know if I wanted to try and pull it. I never saw it listed as a feature, so I didn't want to try.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Have his arm come off. I mean, it's brief, or hand, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they did a Mace, they should give him multiple heads, because he's got a lot of great expressions in the movie, and you need more than one.
Makes me think of that Attack of the Clones 3 3/4-inch figure with his mouth wide open.
Yeah. Where his eyes are shut and his mouth is wide open.
Yes. Oh, that's a great figure.
It is.
I like putting that one on a gunship, like hanging off the front of it or something, in that little doorway. It looks cool there.
That's definitely with Attack of the Clones, and they had a lot of fails, but they did a lot of expressions on the characters.
Yes.
Some of the Anakin ones are just insane. Like the one where he's riding I think the one where, gosh, there's a couple of the deluxe figures where his face just looks crazy. One, I think the one that comes with with that speeder bike.
Okay, yeah.
His face just looks like they took his expressions too far on some of those figures.
I think there's one of them with his mouth wide open too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the deluxe figures.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as a troop builder type of thing that would kind of fit that role, I thought the Kashyyyk Scout Trooper would be really good. I always liked the design on him. It's very reminiscent of a biker scout.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
And not just a repaint of a biker scout like they did when they first gave us a Revenge of the Sith 3 3/4-inch version of it.
Right.
And while we're on Kashyyyk, I thought we needed at least a Wookiee in there, and I thought Tarful would be a good candidate. He's a little more unique. I guess you could call him speaking lines. He's spoken to, and his name is actually said by Yoda.
Yeah, he's the only other Wookiee besides Chewbacca that has that actually is named in the film. Like, Yoda says his name, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everything else was Wookiee warriors, weren't they, when they come out with the figures?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they even named the other ones.
Huh. I also thought...
So should they...
Go ahead.
Should they... Tarful would be a very hefty figure.
It would.
It probably would be... I mean, it wouldn't be as big as the Wampa.
No.
But it would be... It'd be a big figure. I don't know how they could. I mean, they could package it. I'm sure they could figure out something.
You could do a deluxe 2-pack with that and some figure repainted or a clone trooper repainted or something,
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
My next figure, I've talked about him in the last 2 episodes, again, would be Yoda. I thought kind of get that ultimate prequel version. I put him in here because of the Senate duel with Palpatine. But he could come, of course, with a lightsaber and all that, but he's so small, he should come with something more like either the hover chair or a Senate chair or a Padawan or something.
Yeah, definitely. And they included the lightsaber with the first Yoda they released, the Empire, like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yoda. And I think they were trying to say, hey, this is a Yoda for every movie or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's why they included the lightsaber or not, but it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right for the prequel trilogy. So they definitely need to revisit Yoda. Yoda is such a popular character. It would, it totally would make sense to do another Yoda.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
To go along with Yoda, I thought the Palpatine from the Senate duel would be good. He's got unique robes in it. They've made a lot of figures in 3 3/4 of. You could do 2 different heads to where you get his head before he fights Mace Windu and after he fights Mace Windu. I start to think of that deluxe figure where you flip the head around inside the hood. I don't want that like that.
Yeah.
But just swap out heads. You know, that actually reminds me, in some of the recent books, they've had a Palpatine robot, where it's in those Chuck Wendig books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a robot, a droid that has a screen face that's Palpatine's face or something like that.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird. That's something that made me think of that. It's like, I don't know. Finally, I wanted to add a Jedi in here, and I thought Ki-Adi-Mundi deserves something here. He had speaking parts when he talks about sending Obi-Wan to Utapau, as well as, of course, we get his death on Christophsis. Christophsis, is that right?
That sounds right.
Okay.
Close.
And
where it's snowing.
Where it's snowing,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
You know, one I just thought of, I didn't even think of putting in here, would be the Galactic Marine, am I thinking of the right person? Yeah, the one with the hood. Like the snow trooper.
The Galactic Marine?
Yeah, those are the Marines, aren't they?
Yeah, and then there's the leader. What is they have a squad leader.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But he did get a figure, I think.
Yeah.
A 3 3/4 inch figure.
Yeah, definitely. They did a couple different colors on those too. But I could see them doing that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So those are my figures. What do you have, Jason?
All right. So, I think my figures are less likely to ever get made, but if I was like saying, if Hasbro asked me, what do you think we should do? I would probably, your picks were good too. But in addition, this is what I would go for. My first one would be Tion Medon.
Tion Medon.
That is the guy on Utapau.
Okay, yeah.
That talks to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan asks him, if the Separatists are there, and he kind of says, "There's no war here unless you brought one," or something.
Right, something like
but
that.
then he kind of whispers under his breath,
Yeah.
They're here, and I love the design of that guy.
It's very unique, and the guy who played it was in some monster movies or something like that.
Yeah, he's like got a really thin face. Like he wasn't like some CG creation.
Right.
He actually has a really unique, long, slim face that worked perfect for that character. That's the same species that the Inquisitor is.
Right, you're right, yes.
So, yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. They might be able to repurpose it for an Inquisitor or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't done an Inquisitor.
They haven't done a whole lot of Rebels.
I think the time has passed for that.
Could be.
And then also the Utapauan warrior. Those were the warriors from the same race. They look great. Hasbro did a 3 3/4 inch figure of them for Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, it had that cool looking shield.
Yes, and those warriors look so cool. I've always wished they would redo them with more articulation or something, because I would love to army build those. The only one they released is for the 3 3/4 inch line. It's kind of unfortunately there's not really much articulation, so you can't do much with the figure. But I would love for Hasbro to revisit that character, and I think the 6-inch ones would look awesome. I think it's unlikely that they do that character because they're so small on the screen that I don't think there's enough recognition.
It's just in the background, isn't he?
Yeah, so I think it's like a lot of my choices. I think that one's pretty unlikely, but it would be cool.
All right.
Next would be Bail Organa, because he's really got a lot to do in this movie.
Oh yeah, I was gonna add in Bail Organa. I forgot to have him.
Yeah. So I would, and now that he's in Rogue One, there's even more recognition for that character.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think he would be a great choice.
Which outfit would you want with him? He's got either that kind of half cloak thing or It looks like metal. I don't know what to call it. It looks like shiny metal.
I'd like the half cloaked thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd go with that. And that's similar to what he's wearing in Rogue One.
It is.
Yeah, so maybe they could get some dual purpose out of that.
20 years goes by, he doesn't change his clothes.
Right, yeah. Next on my list would have to be a deluxe figure. Would be Darth Vader with his operation table.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that is such a good concept, and I think even for kids putting Darth Vader together is fun. I really like the 3 3/4 inch version they did. It's one of my favorite toys from the Revenge of the Sith line. I think in 6-inch form it would look really cool. It could come with the Anakin who's just scarred and burned and chopped up, and then you could build Vader into that figure. And maybe if that wouldn't work construction-wise, like maybe aesthetically, if it just didn't look right, that the burnt Anakin could just be an extra piece. I'm not really sure how to engineer it properly, but
that'd be cool though. I agree that
cool.
That 3 3/4 where you could take the burnt Anakin and add pieces onto it. That was cool. I would love to have that as a 6-inch figure.
Yep. And it'd probably have to be a deluxe figure, especially if they came with the table, but
right.
It would be neat to have.
Definitely.
Vader is such a popular character. I don't see why they wouldn't want to revisit Vader.
Well, they've done that operating table now with Lego twice. They just released the recent Lego set of that, which is awesome. I recently picked that up, but it's pretty cool, and I wouldn't mind seeing something more like that with Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
With the 6-inch.
Next I would say is Tarkin.
Really?
Because
Revenge of the Sith Tarkin.
I love Tarkin, and I know that mask that actor is wearing looks really goofy. It doesn't look right. It doesn't really look like Tarkin. You can kind of see it. But
right.
I loved at the end of the Revenge of the Sith seeing Tarkin.
It was cool.
It was cool, and I was excited that they even did the 3 3/4 inch figure.
Yeah, which I think was just a repaint of a previous.
Yeah, it was. It was like a repaint of something else they'd done previously for that.
Either that or they took that and repainted.
No, maybe they repainted that figure for
I think so.
the briefing room.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't look right, but I still think they should make it. And now that they've got another Tarkin going for the one that they showed at Celebration, I guess to do it right, they couldn't just do a head swap, but
yeah,
I don't know. I like Tarkin from Revenge of the Sith. I think they should do it.
I'd be surprised if they ever did.
Yeah, I would too. They're not. I think we're lucky that we're just getting the one Tarkin.
I was happy when they announced. I remember when they announced Thrawn. I was like, they're gonna do Thrawn and they haven't done a Tarkin. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I guess I should just be happy with the Tarkin they're gonna do. But if I could dream, I'd put that one on the list. Right. Next is Kit Fisto. He has a distinctive look in Revenge of the Sith. He does not look the same as he does in Attack of the Clones.
Right,
so
his head's bigger or something.
Yeah. Now, I guess maybe they could do a figure with both heads.
That'd be weird.
Where you could switch them on and off. I don't know if Hasbro's into doing that anymore.
They don't do it very often anymore.
But that would be a good one. I think Kit Fisto. I think fans like Kit Fisto. And he did some cool things in some of the animated stuff, too.
Yeah, he didn't do much in Revenge of the Sith.
No, he just died.
He stood there and took it.
Yeah. And then you have to do C.O. Bibble. He's one of my favorites, and he's been one of my favorites since before The Phantom Menace came out.
Oh, so why is he one of your favorites?
I just love his delivery. His line delivery in that first trailer that I saw, just really, I don't know, I just really liked it. I'm like, this guy's cool. And they could do 3 different C.O. Bibbles, as far as I'm concerned, one for each prequel film. He looks pretty much the same in Episode 2 and Episode 3. But
funeral walk, C.O. Bibble there.
Right. And we've not, they haven't even thought about touching the funeral stuff for Padme.
No, they don't do many very dead figures anymore.
No.
They had that, was it R3PO or E3PO, the white droid that has a blast mark on it?
Yep.
Which is definitely dead. And then they've gotten Jango Fett with his head chopped off.
Yep. Tusken Raider with his head chopped off.
And Count Dooku, his head and arms come off.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to me there was something else where you could make it dead, and I forget.
Well, there's stormtroopers that have
that big blast mark on them.
Blast marks in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've never given us like the Lars dead or. Oh, you
No.
know what? You know what they gave us with the Darth Vader, a New Hope Darth Vader. One of them came with Obi-Wan's cloak on the ground as a stand.
Oh yeah.
That's dead Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool accessory.
That was very cool.
Yeah. That was a good one. And they did ghosts.
That's true.
Anakin, Yoda, Obi-Wan. So, yeah. Okay, so continuing on my list, I was thinking perhaps what would be cool would be Mon Mothma from the deleted scene.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been in Rogue One now too, but
Right. I think again, it's very unlikely they would do that because she's in a deleted scene that isn't really even available anymore. Because even if you buy like the new Blu-rays of Revenge of the Sith, I don't think the deleted scenes are included anymore.
no, they don't have the old ones from the DVD on there.
The
which is weird.
DVDs are out of print. That version of the DVD is out of print. So really the only way, I mean, maybe you could look for it on YouTube or something. And I think also in some of the source books, there's photos of her, the DK books. So, but I love that they used the same actress for Rogue One.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So because of that, I would just love to have a 6-inch version of the Revenge of the Sith.
Well, with Black Series, they don't necessarily make it movie wise. It doesn't say what movie it's from on there, so they could just do a Mon Mothma. Period.
Yeah, they'd have to. Yeah.
It'd be different for Revenge of the Sith, but.
Mm-hmm. And then, the last two I have are just really easy ones. I think they could just make with very little effort, and that is a Chewbacca from Revenge of the Sith,
dear.
because
that terrible face.
That terrible face.
Oh,
that face looks terrible. It doesn't look right. It's on all the merchandise. But it's very distinct. So they could use the same body they've been using for the original trilogy and Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But just put that new ugly head on them.
Oh, dear. I don't know if anybody want to buy that.
Well, I'm just saying, if they're running out of ideas, that's one. My other idea would be to do another C-3PO that's all gold.
Oh, I could see
because
that.
Revenge of the Sith is I think that's the only movie that he's all gold. However, at the end of Force Awakens, he gets he has
his golden arm back.
Gold arm back. And does he still have his silver leg in Force Awakens?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think they gave him a silver leg in the figures.
Yeah, so there's that. That would be easy.
Okay. One of the other they haven't done, I'm kind of surprised, is the clone trooper on Utapau that has the beehive helmet. What are those? I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I know you're it's
a really cool looking helmet.
Oh yeah. I can't think what I just don't remember. There's some, all those clone troopers. I am not good with their names. There's just so many.
But that would be an easy one because the body's just the same. They just have to do a new head for it.
Yeah.
I could see that. That'd be an easy one for them to do. They've only done a couple of Revenge of the Sith figures. They've done Obi-Wan, Anakin, Commander Cody, and some clones. And that's it so far.
Yeah. And really for the prequels, they've hardly done any figures.
No. We've had one Phantom Menace with Darth Maul, and Qui-Gon's coming here soon. And Attack of the Clones, as I said last week, only had Jango Fett and some clones.
Yeah. And And with a new movie coming out every year, I just think it's who knows if they'll ever go back and do many of these prequel figures. Unless there's like a huge renaissance of prequel fans or prequel appreciation, which there could be.
There could be. Those kids are getting older now, so.
Yeah, because at Celebration when Hayden Christensen came out, people were super excited, and it was a huge huge round of applause. So maybe.
You know what? I wonder. I remember back in the day, we'd talk about Star Wars and we'd talk about Mark Hamill's bad acting and his whininess as the character and all that, and that seems to be glossed over now.
Yeah.
So maybe Hayden, over time, that'll be less looked at, and he's like, no, it's Anakin Skywalker,
Right. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me, Jason.
Yeah, thank you.
I like your list. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it took. I don't think about Revenge of the Sith that often as far as figures, so I really had to think, who would I really want? Because I have lots of ideas for some of the other films, but this one was a harder.
It was, and this just comes from the way my brain works is I like to categorize things. I'm constantly thinking about what could be made for this series or that sort of thing. And so one day I was like, I'm just going to write down all this stuff I keep thinking up and have a good tally of it, and maybe do discussions about it, because with the recent fan polls, it seemed like there was a lot of people didn't know what's come before. I was trying to push characters that we've never seen before, and people seem to be more interested in another Boba Fett. And I've got 30 Boba Fetts. I don't need a new Boba Fett. I've got great-looking Boba Fetts. I don't need a new Boba Fett figure, but I like to see stuff we've never gotten, and so kind of looked at that as, where could this go? And it's been kind of fun to look at and talk with people about.
I agree.
And for listeners or watchers, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you have any commentary for Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones, since I got that out late, you can contact me at swccpodcast@gmail.com, or go to our Facebook page and comment there, or comment right on the YouTube videos. I love hearing from the people out there. Let me know what you think. If there's something that we missed or something that we put in here that you think, no, that's a terrible idea. Like if you think Jason's idea to have Seal Bibble is the best idea ever, let me know. Go would love to hear that, I'm sure.
Yep, and vote for it next year when they do the Fan Choice Award.
Yeah.
if they go back to 6-inch.
Yeah.
I think they will next year. I think they'll.
It's a possibility they could go back and forth on it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jason. Any idea when we might have another Galaxy of Toys come out?
Well, that is a very good question. There's a lost episode that will probably be coming out very soon.
Oh, okay.
I can't say exactly when, but it's very soon. It's when we recorded around time of Toy Fair. It got lost. It was lost for a while. Then you found a copy of it.
Yeah, I had it on my computer.
So that one's still coming up. And then we are definitely through the summer going to get back into vintage Return of the Jedi.
Oh, good. Those are fun episodes.
Yep. And then, boy, when the summer's over, we should have a lot to talk about with the new movie, The Last Jedi. I'm hoping for some exciting toys.
That'd be good.
And Hasbro better deliver us a Jedi Master Luke figure. Otherwise, I may switch to collecting Transformers.
And those of you out there don't know, Jason hates Transformers.
That is true. No offense to Transformers fans. I just don't like the toys.
Everybody has their own opinion, right? All right, thanks, Jason, and we'll see you probably again on Galaxy Toys at some point.
You will.
Yub nub to my listeners out there.
ゲリタとともお茶と茶なるでなる